Have you ever wondered, how did Jesus do it? Hey friends, it's Pastor Mike from Fellowship Church. Always enjoy connecting with you midweek. Hope you're having a wonderful week. Hope you're staying warm this really cold snap here. That thought for you again, have you ever read through some of the stories of the Bible and thought, how did Jesus do it? Now, friends, I'm not talking about the miracles that Jesus did, although Jesus did some pretty impressive miracles, like changing that water into wine, John chapter 2, 120 gallons, wow. Or maybe helping a lame man who'd been lame from birth, now is dancing on the stars, all of that kind of stuff. How did Jesus do those things? Well, that's another talk. What I'm wondering is, have you ever wondered, how did Jesus maintain his sense of peace? Because if you read through the Gospels, the stories of Jesus, at some point in time, you'll kind of gather an understanding of Jesus being this person who was constantly in conflict with other people and yet was able to manage all those expectations and maintain his sense of peace in the middle of it. You're not so sure about that? Well, his family thought that he was crazy and should be institutionalized. Of course, he was constantly debating with religious authorities of one kind or another. His disciples had their own agenda for him. They wanted to make him popular, famous, get him out writing books and all of that kind of stuff. And yet Jesus just always seemed to know what to do, when to do it, how to do it. He was unfazed by all of the conflict and chaos around him. How did Jesus keep his peace? Well, friends, we're in the season of Advent. And if you know the season of Advent a bit, and perhaps even follow along at Fellowship Church, you know that week number 2 is the week of peace. So we're putting a little focus on peace here anyway. Let's define peace first of all. In the Bible, in the Hebrew language, the word peace for them was the word shalom. And shalom means something far more than peace, man. No, shalom means may it all be well with you. May your life have a sense of wholeness. May everything be in the right place. May you have a good sense of balance. May you be able to function well in the midst of chaos and confusion around you. Now, I know that's a really long definition, but that's what the word shalom means. So when they thought of peace, they were not thinking of some kind of a passing emotion. They were thinking literally of a person's sense of well-being, regardless of what was happening around them. And here's my best definition for the word peace. It's not even in the New Testament, and it's not even connected to Jesus' life, although he lived it out so well. It's Psalm 131, where David says that in the midst of some trials in his life, he was like a weaned child with its mother. Now think about that image for a minute. A weaned child is a child that's old enough to no longer need to be nursing, and yet the child is still with its mother. Here's the image I get from that. A child who no longer needs to nurse, sitting on its mother's lap, at peace, no longer struggling, no longer fussing, no longer demanding anything from the mother, just at total peace. And David says, that's what I'm like when I'm with God. When I'm with God, I feel that way. Friends, I just call that peace. To me, that's an incredible, vivid image, and that's what I see lived out in the life of Jesus. That even when there was chaos and confusion and struggles and agendas all around him, Jesus just had this sense of calmness, this sense of purpose, this sense of knowing what was important and what wasn't, letting things affect him, but not too much. Jesus had that great sense of peace so that he could be fully fruitful in his life. Friends, I wonder if you have that same sense of peace, because Jesus, as the Prince of Peace, wants to give that to you, especially during this holiday season. If you're feeling a little bit of chaos around you right now in the holiday season, may you have the peace of Christ with you during this season and forevermore. I hope that makes sense to you, friends. It's certainly something I'm trying to live out this holiday season. Hope you have a wonderful week. Hope you stay warm. Take good care. God bless. Bye-bye.